So listen, if you're already a ray of sunshine, you know that I have been teeter-tottering with whether or not to do claws and power, or just claws. And listen, I am in another conundrum because I am going to do power. I'm going to follow through with claws, but insecure comes back too. And oh, how I love that. How am I going to balance doing all those? I'm going to have to choose. But for now, let's get with it. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you for coming to my very first review of Power Season 4, Episode 2. I didn't do Episode 1 because I was doing claws, and I didn't think I would do both. And I was going to, come off of claws and go on to Power, but some of my rays of sunshine decided that it was good that I do both. So here we go. We're going to try it. Y'all stick with me. I absolutely love Power and every single one of those characters. And if you've been watching Power already, you are familiar with the whole cast. So I don't have to give you a briefing of the cast and their camaraderie and their chemistry, but they do have really good chemistry. All of them are very good actors, very convincing, so that I have love-hate relationships with the majority of the cast. Some of them are hate, like Angela, okay? Angie Valdez. Hate, hit her in the throat. Let's get to it. The last episode, we saw where season 3 left off and how Angela had arrested James St. Patrick, aka Ghost, for the murder of Agent Greg Knox, right? His fingerprints were on the window. He as in Ghost had Greg's DNA under his nails, but we know what that came from. It came from when he got pulled over by Greg and he snatched away and he grabbed him. So of course that would be under his nails, and evidently he forgot and he can't remember to articulate that. And then at the very end, we saw James getting his ass whipped by 2 cops. And let me just tell you something. I am so glad that Charlie Murphy is in this episode. Like, this is the last thing we get to see before he made his transition over to God. You can see where where the leukemia was getting the best of him, but he was still in great actor form, and I was glad to see him performing. Okay, so let's get right to it. I keep saying let's get right to it, but for real this time, let's go. So the scene opens up and James is in his cell and he's pissing in the toilet. And we're looking in the toilet and we see blood. And I'm all like, oh my God, is that fucking blood in the toilet? Yes, it is. And my mind does not at first click and register that he just got his ass whipped the scene before. It makes me think, is something wrong? Maybe you need to go to the infirmary. But I remember he got his ass kicked. He's pissing blood. He still should probably go to the infirmary. I mean, blood in your urine is not a good thing. Then you see Tasha in the kitchen talking with her children about Ghost and how we're not calling him Ghost anymore. That was a nickname, trying to reassure her children that everything will be fine and that their dad would come out on top and come home. And I'm just going to tell you something right now, okay? That little fucking Tariq is pissing me off more and more and more every episode. Every time we get further in, yes, if he was my son, baby, Tasha, last season when he raised his hand to her, I probably would have hit him in the throat. He would be in the hospital. Y'all, I got 2 boys. If you've just now visiting me, click the subscribe button, be a ray of sunshine. But I'm going to tell you the truth. My sons would have got hit in the throat. They would have known what happened to them. You hear me? I take you in, I take you out. Y'all got them kind of mamas? That's me, old school mama. I digress. So listen, when we saw that Tommy had tucked Keisha away in a safe place and not followed the orders of Milan and killing her, I knew at that point when she walked out the door that they would be fucking. I did. I knew then that they would be having them a good time. Just the chemistry between the two of them, the way that he looked at her, the way she looked at him. He's more of the street smart. She's more of the docile. I'm from the hood, but I'm not from the hood. Like, I want to live straight and narrow because I got a young kid kind of thing. And I really like Lala playing Keisha. I really do. Like, she's a beautiful woman. And I really like, she is like really showing her acting chops. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Lala from MTV? Yes, honey, she's come from such a long way. Was it MTV News? Such a long way from 10 years ago. Like, I think that was about how long ago, if not longer. Let's talk about it. That whole scene of James St. Patrick with Joe Proctor, his lawyer, and Angie Valdez and Angie Valdez first walking up on hearing them talk about her and her relationship with Greg and Ghost. But that whole back and forth of them pretending to have questions that they would possibly receive on the stand, baby, let me tell you something. I was here for that back and forth and them answers, and I was like, oh God, this is such a bad idea. You could see the emotion in their eyes, even though they should not have been showing any emotion. You could see it, and them as in the ADAs and the DA questioning Angela and her ability. I am so living for it. I'm all like, bitch, that's what you get. Y'all, my lighting is off. Let me see if I can fix it a little. Does it seem a little dark? Well, here we go. It's just what it is. I hope y'all see me. I'll fix it next time. Okay, at the nightclub, at Truth, Andre, he running shit. He is running shit. He running shit so much that I'm afraid. Like, I'm afraid. He's all like, I don't know what the bottle of champagne is. If they ask for 2 bottles of champagne, give them 1 bottle and this Truth case. You know, this Truth matchbox. And what's in the matchbox? I'm all like, pills. Pills, all uppers, downers, pills is what it is. But, and then, you know, he's got a plan, you know, for everyone, get rid of the other in the inventory. That's just what it is. I mean, it's a good plan. It seems like he has it going on, but I'm going to tell you the truth. What happens when somebody overdoses in the fucking club? What happens when somebody in the VIP section is actually an undercover cop, a narc? You know what I'm saying? What happens then? You get the club shut down. You ain't doing such a good job. And Andre, I got things about Andre as it is, but I'm going to hold on to that till I get to that area. Then we walk up on Julio and Tommy in the warehouse. And Julio's telling Tommy that the other pre-metters want to meet him. They want to meet the distributor. They want to be reassured, blah, blah, blah. And Julio's like, no, I'm going to talk to him. It's not a good look for you to see them. I'm your second in command. So I'm, you know, instead of them seeing the distro, it's going to be me. And Tommy's a little irritated by that. Because he's asking, well, he's not irritated by that. He's asking about Ghost and when Ghost is coming out. And Tommy's irritated by that. You know, honestly, Julio still has his loyalty. Y'all. Tommy's a little irritated by that. The loyalty that he is exhibiting for Ghost is pissing Tommy off, like to no avail. What? That's who got him his start. He, you know, he kind of feeling like maybe he a little soft, actually. So, we see Tasha taking the kids to school and having again the conversation about their dad, saying, listen, remember, we don't call him Ghost. Don't talk to anybody about him. Ignore anything people have to say. You know, doing the right thing. And then there you see the paparazzi. And Mama Bear comes out like, "Rrr!" And that's your natural reaction. Mama Bear comes out to protect her children and literally smashes the lawyer's camera because she's saying, don't film my kids. Like, really, in all honesty, I think that when you're in the limelight like that, you have to be prepared for that. However, as a paparazzi, you should respect the children. You should respect whether or not you've ever seen my children on camera. I mean, that's something entirely different considering the day and age we live in, where people get kidnapped and all kind of shit through the internet and just all kind of stuff. You want to protect your children, and I feel her on that. Like, I feel her. I was yelling and knock him out all on the screen like like the crazy lady I am, because I was in the screen with them. Like, y'all don't know this, but I love Tasha. Like, yes, I'm Tasha, but I'm a little more refined. I'm like ride or die, sorta, kinda, maybe a little. Yeah, but I ain't going down for your shit. I'm with you though. I ain't going down with you though for your shit though. Let's just be honest. I ain't that girl. So they get into the school and Tariq, one of the kids come up and be like, the gun you brought to school, is that the same gun that your daddy shot the cop with? And, Tariq now, he think he big and bad since he's been hanging with Kanan, aka Slim. Maybe. Well, the little boy got scared, didn't he, and walked away. But Raina was like, what the fuck, dude? That's what she would have said. I don't know who you are. What the fuck? And then we see Tariq calling Kanan, who he knows as Slim. Baby, let me say this. I was on the phone with my little friend, honey, and we were talking about my little friend. I was on the phone with my friend, and we were talking about power. And I was just giving my quick review to him over the phone, and he was like, yeah, Tariq is in love with Kanan. I was like, oh, he is, like the whole concept and the dream. He's like, watch him on the phone with him. Yeah, he really is idolizing him. And I'm really waiting for the rude fucking awakening that hits Tariq. Like, Tariq. I need to know what's going to happen with Tony. Tony, the dude in prison whose wife Connie has cancer. I need to see how that's going to play out. I need to know more about Tony. I need to see who he is. Evidently, he's got some really high profile case because John Mock was really his district attorney who was the prosecutor on his case. And I just really need to know more about Tony and how he got there. Evidently, it was probably murder or something, but I need to know more. I need to know more about his situation and what's going to happen. Because later in the episode, you see Tony talking to his lawyer, and he mentions Tommy Egan's name. Okay, he mentions Tommy Egan's name, and he kind of lights up, and he asks, "Well, where is he from?" And where's Ghost from, or where's James St. Patrick from? And he's all like Queens. I think he said Queens, right? And his face lights up, and so we never see we've never heard anything about Tommy Egan's dad. Kate's last name is Egan, so we automatically assume that Kate Egan was married to Tommy's dad, and maybe Tommy's dad has died. But I'm kind of starting to think that maybe Tommy's dad was absent and Kate gave Tommy her last name like we do when we're single moms and dads are fuck ups. And that maybe just possibly almost is Tommy's dad? Is he? No, y'all, for real. Do y'all following my logic? Are y'all following my logic? I want to see how this plays out because I really need to know who he is. Especially since Connie, when she visited him, mentioned she wished she had given him a child. Like, was Kate the side bitch? Like, for real. Y'all, are y'all with me? What you think? So, let's talk about, this is a really big scene. Okay, this was a really big scene when they needed more to pin on James St. Patrick and how they want to correlate James and Ghost together and make it sort of like a Freeway Ricky Ross case and take this whole way. I said Freeway Ricky Ross, okay? Take everybody down in one slot. One whole swoop. That's been the whole premise all the time. And with them thinking Tommy Egan is Ghost, they want to connect the two since they homeboys, they're trying to connect the two. But they also know that since Joe Proctor is playing up the race card in James St. Patrick's case, that they need to find more because they feel like my bra keeps showing. They feel like, that's because I should have on a strapless, but I threw this shirt on. They feel like he's gonna tank the case. Well, that is what happens because racial profile, racial bias is real in real life. And so they want to put a gag on her and stop it, but it doesn't work in their favor. And so now they need to find something else. So you see them sitting in the conference room having a powwow, and it kind of looks at Mike and then it goes off. I feel like Mike made the suggestion that they get a warrant to check Truth for the gun, to find the murder weapon. So they get there and they have this warrant and they start searching the entire club. And that old asshole of a DA, I don't like him, Mike, who we know really killed Greg, right? We know he really killed Greg. He makes his way to James's office, puts his gloves on, and plants the gun in the fucking bar underneath a tray. Like, if you are a real killer, which we know Ghost is, we know that he knows that placing a gun in that place is not going to work out. It's not going to be where he would get rid of the gun. He would get rid of the gun, and if he was keeping it and hiding it, he would do it somewhere else. And here's the thing. Is that gun illegal? I just was thinking, did they check and see who that gun belongs to? Because I can't see the DA having an illegal gun. Like, that's not what it, well, maybe, because he was under Lobos, right? Maybe. Maybe. James should have told somebody, not James. Greg should have told somebody about Mike before he left. Wouldn't you agree? I was so upset. I was like, God damn it. Ain't this a bitch? I knew when he was gonna originally toss the gun in the river, he as in Mike, I thought, okay, he's keeping it. And I didn't think that he was going to plant it on somebody. I thought that he was going to end up being the one caught with the gun. You know what I'm saying? That it was going to end up coming back on him, and he was going to be the one caught with the gun. I really did. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why my mind wasn't going in that direction, you know? So let's just talk about, too, that underground meeting with the Primetas and Julio and the two black guys, right? And I just felt like that dude did. He sucker punched the shit out of him. And I was not liking that. I wasn't liking the fact that you wasn't letting him get one off back. And anyway, his acting skills wasn't that great because he didn't seem as upset or like he was really about it, like I really needed him to be. But I also thought that wasn't a good look. That wasn't a good look. You just let this dude who's over his little area and his crew who pushes a lot of weight, you made some adjustments with him and offered him 2 more bricks. You a sucker. Like, you gonna lose your cred, and you just let your dude get sucker punched. So I might as well talk about how Tommy ran him the fuck over in that car. I'm gonna give you a head start and chased him, ran him over and back over on him. Like, you coming for my crew, and I don't want you to think that we soft because Julio's soft. I ain't soft. You ain't do shit about it? Let me show you something. Ran his ass over. You saw his leg cut in half? That leg don't work no more. That leg don't work no more. If didn't nobody come, he didn't bled out and died. That was a whole lot of blood. That was severe trauma he was experiencing. And if nobody came, he died. And I'm just wondering, I'm just kind of curious, is that going to cause that Prometheus, because I can't think of what his name is, to want to come after Tommy? Some people was like, no, because he's big up. But I'm just curious about that. But with that, you can see that Tommy is still dangerous. He's still crazed. All that shit that happened with Holly really sent him over the edge. And he's still crazed and deranged. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the people that can get sloppy because he's so passionate and so, you know, right now. He doesn't think ahead. He moves immediately, if you know what I'm saying. So when Tommy pops up at Keisha's house and they get ready to have this good sex that they supposed to be having up on this counter in the kitchen, I knew it was about to happen because I could see that he liked her. Like I said, they're like yin and yang. And, you know, that normally yin and yang is a good compliment, somebody to balance you out. And it's my hope that Keisha balances him out and has him think a little further than his mindset is right now so that he doesn't get people killed and people hurt. You know what I mean? But I just want to know where the foreplay was. Like, you just this is the first time we doing it. At least that's how I got it. This is the first time we doing it. We doing it in the kitchen. You put your finger in my panties and that's my foreplay. You see that I'm wet, you hard, you get it? Like, that's the first time. Like I get that we have that kind of passionate, quick sex. Because I'm all for, you know, spontaneous sex, anywhere sex. Like, I'm for all that. But this your first time. They should at least showed us them later on and he was giving her what she needed in the bedroom or whatever, you know. And that whole have you ever played in the snow bit? Hey, listen. She said, I don't never know. It's so unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get in the snow. Baby, if she ain't telling the truth, like I say, I want to cross the bridge, but I'm a little nervous about that crossing the bridge. You never know what you get in the snow. So let's talk about the grand jury, where they go and the DA is petitioning murder in the first degree with the death penalty. I didn't know that they were requesting the death penalty. When we found out that they were requesting the death penalty, honey, my heart went through my chest. Do you hear me? My heart fell through my chest. I mean, all the way down through my chest. I couldn't breathe. I didn't like it when, come on, baby.
Keisha, come here.
Y'all, they bringing in groceries. I didn't like it when Joe wanted James to turn on Tommy for a plea deal. Like, I wasn't with that. I wasn't feeling that. I thought that was low down, but I was so glad that James actually has character and loyalty, and that he was like that. Well, you not me, nigga. You not me. You ain't from the streets. This was my operation. I brought Tommy into this. I'm gonna stand fast on what I believe, and I'm the motherfucker that was dealing with Angela. That's my fault that I dealt with that dumbass bitch. Yeah, that's his fault. Because he was in love and blinded. I knew better. I never liked her. Let's just be honest. Like, this is my first time reviewing Power, so y'all don't know how I feel about Angie. I want to hit her in her fucking throat. I honestly do. So when Tasha went to her door and she confronted her, you say you love him and this is what you do? She was like, if you wasn't a cop, bitch, you are a cop, and you might as well call the police, because I'm going to hit your fucking ass in the face. Like, punch you in the throat, you may not even be able to call. That's how pissed off I was about her, Angie. I just don't like Angie. I don't like Mike. Y'all, I'm getting sidetracked. So then I thought, though, Tommy showed great rationale after Proctor told him that he needed to be careful and that they would be watching him, that he had his mom come and get his car so that when they tracked him, they would only see her going to the store or whatever she was doing, and he got him another car to ride around in. Like, I thought that was very, because, he don't normally think. We don't ever see him use no brains. Like, he always be real stupid and irrational and moving off of just whatever. So I was real happy to see him doing or making a smart move. You feel me? So, let's just talk about it in depth. Let's talk about when they sought the murder charge and they were granted to convict for murder 1 on James and Patrick's death and killing Greg Knox, and then the death penalty. Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about how her face was devastated. Like, bitch, what did you think was going to happen? You stupid ass bitch. What did you think? He was an agent. What did you think was going to happen when you arrested him? Did you think they were just going to give him life? Is that what you really thought? Is it? Like, how stupid can you be? And you were intimate with this man, and you should know him better than anybody. Well, not better than Tasha, but you should know. Like, you should feel stupid. And I'm glad that they're not allowing you to be part of any of the strategy session conversations or conferences on what to do, strategic planning and all that. I'm so glad that they are keeping you out of the dark. And though John Mock, who is an extremely talented actor and is playing the fuck out of this DA, says he's going to keep her abreast of the situation, he ain't going to tell her shit. She ain't going to know nothing. That's going to be all bad. Y'all hear me? Like, oh well, Tasha. Not Tasha. Oh well, Angela, bitch, you did this to yourself. And I hope you feel a whole lot of pain, because both the niggas you was fucking is about to be dead. One erroneously, incorrectly, and the other one, well, it was done wrong too. But you think you know. You think you know. You don't know nothing. You think you know. God dang. Oh, on another note, I just want to say that Andre needs to come clean with Tommy and Tasha about Kanan. I know he's afraid of Kanan, and I know, the daughter's on the line, but he needs to come clean, and they can come up with a plan together for Kanan's ass. Like, somebody needs to know, because Tariq ass is finna be in a bunch of shit. You hear me? A bunch of shit. Kanan likes him as his own son. A bunch of shit. You hear me? Oh, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. So that last scene, the very last scene, had my heartstrings pulled. When James called Tommy and asked him for a favor. I need your help. What is it? You know, Tommy instantly went to, who do I need to kill? You could see in his mindset, he was like, I need you to take care of my family. Baby, look, I'm getting a little choked up. I need you to take care of my family. That is a man who is like, I know what's going to happen. I know what the outcome is going to be. I need for you to take care of my family. I trust you with my family. And he promised him he would. When I saw how when Tasha found out that they sought the murder one and the death penalty for him, I saw her heart break. I was crushed. Y'all, I am so here for power. I can't express to you how much I love this show. So here's the dilemma though. Summer's always jam-packed with good shit, and they always make them all on Sundays. You got Claws on Sundays. You know, I teeter back and forth with Claws, but I'm going to stick with reviewing it because it was my very first TV series review. Then you've got Power, who I love, and I just did my first review on it. Insecure, which I'm addicted to, and I'm going to review it. And then I love Game of Thrones. Y'all, I love Game of Thrones, but I'm not going to review it. It's too far gone for me to even, you know, just come in and start talking about. But it's a lot of great summer TV on HBO, Starz, and TNT have me captivated. Are there any shows you're watching this summer? Like, I want to see that new one on TNT that's called White Snow, Snowland. I don't know, but it's about LA and the crack scene just happening. I want to see that. If I haven't missed it, honey, I'll probably be recording that too. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of Power Season 4, Episode 2. I hope you stick around and you enjoyed my commentary. Are there things that I'm missing? What do you want to tell our family? And if you aren't part of my family already, I don't understand what the problem is. Become a ray of sunshine today by clicking that subscribe button and the notification bell so you are notified of all the videos that I upload here going forward. If you've been shining in my life already, sharing your rays with other people, you know I am so grateful to and for you. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next video.